When you stand in front of the mirror and notice a firm, rounded belly that sticks out, you're not just seeing ordinary body fat. What you're looking at is visceral fat, a highly active type of fat that behaves almost like its own organ. Unlike the soft fat found under the skin on your arms or legs, visceral fat surrounds vital organs such as the liver, pancreas, and intestines, interfering with normal metabolic function. Many people believe the answer is to simply eat less, skip meals, or spend hours doing cardio. But your biology doesn't work that way. If your body constantly senses stress or danger, it becomes protective. Instead of letting go of belly fat, it clings to it as an emergency energy reserve. That's why aggressively restricting calories often makes stubborn abdominal fat even harder to lose. The real strategy isn't just reducing food. It's giving your body the right nutrients that shift its internal chemistry from storing fat to burning it. There are 5 powerful foods that do much more than provide energy. They deliver important compounds that help lower cortisol, support liver function, improve insulin sensitivity, and create the ideal environment for your body to use stored fat as fuel. In this video from Physio Decoded, we'll break down a practical approach to reducing visceral fat. You'll learn about adiponectin, a hormone that encourages your body to burn fat more efficiently. We'll also cover a unique type of fiber that helps control blood sugar, along with an important mineral that many people lack. Without enough of it, your nervous system can stay trapped in a constant stress response, making quality sleep and fat loss much more difficult. Be sure to stay until the end, because the 5th food influences a hormone that many healthcare providers rarely measure. It contains a natural compound that activates one of the same fat-burning pathways your body relies on during a 16-hour fast, all without forcing you to skip a meal. This isn't about following another restrictive diet. It's about understanding how your body actually works. Let's begin with one of the biggest reasons visceral fat becomes so difficult to lose: chronic inflammation. The first food acts like a natural extinguisher for inflammation. Visceral fat isn't passive tissue. It constantly releases inflammatory chemicals, including cytokines such as IL-6, that reduce your body's sensitivity to insulin. As long as inflammation remains high, your fat cells become resistant to releasing stored energy. To change that, your body needs a healthy supply of omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. The best sources are fatty fish like sardines, salmon, mackerel, and anchovies. You're not eating these foods just because they're high in protein. One of their greatest benefits is their ability to support the production of adiponectin, sometimes referred to as the body's fat-burning hormone. People who carry very little visceral fat generally have higher adiponectin levels, while those with excess belly fat often have much lower amounts. Research suggests that increasing omega-3 intake can naturally boost adiponectin production. As adiponectin levels rise, this hormone signals your muscles and liver to rely more on stored fatty acids for energy instead of depending primarily on glucose. That shift encourages your body to burn fat more efficiently. However, there's an important point many people overlook. Taking a fish oil supplement alone won't completely solve the problem if the rest of your diet is filled with highly processed, inflammatory oils. Whole foods provide a combination of nutrients that work together in ways supplements cannot fully replicate. For the best results, aim to include a serving of fatty fish at least 3 or 4 times each week. Eating a smaller portion daily may provide even greater benefits. Over time, the healthy fats become part of your cell membranes, improving their flexibility and making your cells respond better to insulin. But reducing inflammation is only part of the process. Your body also needs a healthy liver, because that's where much of the fat-burning work takes place. This brings us to the second food. Think of it as a natural liver cleanser. Every bit of visceral fat that your body burns must eventually be processed by the liver. If the liver itself has become overloaded with fat, a condition known as fatty liver or hepatic steatosis, that entire system becomes less efficient. It's like trying to drain water through a clogged pipe. To help your liver function properly, your body benefits from sulfur-containing compounds, particularly sulforaphane. You'll find this compound in cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli sprouts, broccoli, kale, and arugula. Sulforaphane activates an important protective pathway called NRF2. You can think of NRF2 as the master control switch for your body's natural antioxidant defenses. When it's activated, the liver increases production of detoxification enzymes that help remove harmful compounds and excess fat from liver cells, so they can be processed and eliminated more effectively. These vegetables also contain another beneficial compound called DIM, which supports the healthy metabolism of estrogen. Why does that matter? When certain estrogen metabolites build up in the body, they can encourage fat storage, particularly around the abdomen and hips. By helping your liver process these hormones more efficiently, cruciferous vegetables reduce one of the hormonal signals that promotes stubborn fat accumulation. But even with lower inflammation and a healthier liver, there's still another obstacle that can stop progress. If your brain and nervous system constantly believe you're under threat, your body will continue protecting its fat reserves no matter how healthy your diet becomes. That's why the next step focuses on calming your body's stress response. Food number 3 helps put the brakes on cortisol. One of the biggest drivers of stubborn belly fat is chronically elevated cortisol. This stress hormone raises the amount of sugar circulating in your bloodstream, and your body responds by releasing insulin. Over time, that combination encourages more fat to be stored around your abdomen. To interrupt this cycle, your body needs one key mineral that helps calm the stress response: magnesium. One of the best natural sources of magnesium is pumpkin seeds, often called pepitas. These tiny seeds are packed with this essential mineral and can play an important role in helping your body manage stress. Magnesium supports receptors in the brain that work with GABA, the neurotransmitter responsible for helping you feel relaxed. If your magnesium levels are too low, your brain can remain in a constant state of low-grade alertness. That means your body may continue releasing small amounts of cortisol throughout the day, even when there's no real danger. Eating about a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds gives your body the nutrients it needs to support a calmer nervous system and reduce unnecessary stress signals. Now, here's something interesting that can tell you a lot about what's happening inside your body. Think about what you crave when you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or emotionally drained. Do you immediately reach for something salty, like chips or crackers? Or do you find yourself wanting sweets, like chocolate or candy? Let me know in the comments. Are you on Team Salty or Team Sweet? People who constantly crave salty foods may be dealing with depleted mineral stores and an overworked stress response. Those who crave sugary foods are often battling blood sugar swings or seeking a quick dopamine boost. Understanding your own cravings can help you identify which part of your metabolism needs the most support. If salty snacks are your weakness, adding pumpkin seeds to your daily routine could be especially beneficial. But even after calming cortisol, there's another challenge that must be addressed. If your blood sugar keeps rising and crashing throughout the day, your body will continue storing fat instead of burning it. That's where the fourth food comes in. Think of it as a metabolic sponge. The goal is to slow the rate at which food, especially carbohydrates, is absorbed into your bloodstream. Doing that prevents the large insulin spikes that encourage your body to store fat. The stars here are chia seeds and ground flax seeds. Both contain a special form of soluble fiber that becomes thick and gel-like when mixed with water. Once this gel forms inside your stomach and digestive tract, it creates a protective layer that naturally slows digestion. When you eat carbohydrates together with these seeds, glucose enters your bloodstream much more gradually, instead of flooding in all at once. That leads to steadier blood sugar levels and a much smaller insulin response. The benefits don't stop there. As this fiber reaches your large intestine, your healthy gut bacteria begin fermenting it, producing short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate. Butyrate is far more than just a byproduct of digestion. It's an important signaling compound that communicates with different organs throughout your body. It sends messages to your brain that help increase feelings of fullness, reducing unnecessary hunger. It supports your liver by improving insulin sensitivity, and it also helps your mitochondria, the energy-producing structures inside your cells, work more efficiently. Adding 2 tablespoons of chia seeds or ground flax seeds to water, yogurt, or another meal each day is a simple habit that can go a long way toward protecting you against insulin resistance and supporting healthy metabolism. At this point, you've started reducing inflammation, improving liver function, calming your stress response, and stabilizing blood sugar. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle, the food that helps push your body toward burning more fat. Food number 5 is avocado. Most people think of avocados as simply a source of healthy fats, but their real value goes much deeper. They provide nutrients that help support the balance of the sodium-potassium pump, one of the most important systems for healthy cell function. Earlier, we talked about magnesium and its role in managing stress. Potassium is just as important because it directly influences how sensitive your cells are to insulin. Unfortunately, many people don't get nearly enough potassium, since modern diets are often low in fruits and vegetables. An avocado actually contains more potassium than a banana while providing far less sugar. When potassium levels are too low, your cells struggle to move glucose out of the bloodstream efficiently. To compensate, your pancreas releases even more insulin. And when insulin remains elevated, your body receives stronger signals to store fat, especially around the midsection. Eating around half an avocado each day helps replenish potassium, allowing your cells to handle glucose more effectively and reducing the amount of insulin your body needs to produce. Avocados also offer another important advantage. They're naturally rich in oleic acid, a healthy monounsaturated fat that supports metabolic health in several ways. One of the most impressive nutrients found in avocado is oleic acid. This healthy fat helps stimulate the production of a natural compound in the small intestine called OEA or oleoolethanolamide. OEA works as a powerful messenger between your gut and your brain. Once it's released, it sends a direct signal that you've had enough to eat, helping reduce appetite naturally. At the same time, it encourages your body to shift toward burning stored fat for energy instead of continuing to store it. What's fascinating is that this pathway overlaps with one of the same fat-burning mechanisms your body activates during an extended fast of around 16 hours. In other words, you're encouraging a similar metabolic response without having to skip meals. So when you include avocado in your diet, you're doing more than eating a source of healthy fat. You're helping your body recognize fullness while also supporting the cellular systems that improve insulin sensitivity and glucose handling. The real magic happens when these foods work together instead of separately. Picture a meal built with this purpose in mind. Start with a serving of salmon to help increase adiponectin and support healthy fat metabolism. Add a generous base of arugula and broccoli sprouts to nourish the liver and strengthen its natural detoxification processes. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds over the top to provide magnesium and help keep cortisol under control. Mix in chia seeds or drizzle chia oil to deliver slow-digesting fiber that keeps blood sugar stable. Finish the meal with half an avocado to supply potassium, healthy fats, and long-lasting fullness. At first glance, it may look like a simple, healthy lunch. But inside your body, it's much more than that. Every ingredient delivers specific biochemical signals that tell your body it is safe, well-nourished, and ready to burn fat instead of protecting it. With every bite, you're helping reduce inflammation, calming an overactive stress response, supporting healthy liver function, improving insulin sensitivity, and creating an internal environment where visceral fat becomes much harder to maintain. It's important to remember that visceral fat isn't a sign of laziness or poor character. It's usually the result of a body that's dealing with chronic inflammation, ongoing stress, and impaired insulin function. Trying to overcome those biological signals with willpower alone rarely works. The better approach is to change the chemistry that's driving them. Fatty fish help support higher adiponectin levels. Cruciferous vegetables help your liver process fat and hormones more efficiently. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium to calm the stress response. Chia and flax seeds slow glucose absorption and support a healthier gut. Avocados restore potassium while improving fullness and insulin sensitivity. Instead of constantly focusing on what to remove from your plate, start thinking about what your body needs to function at its best. Your metabolism isn't working against you for no reason. It's responding to the messages it's receiving every day. When you begin sending healthier signals through the foods you eat, your body can finally shift away from storing fat and toward using it for energy. Stop relying on restriction alone. Start giving your body the signals it has been waiting for, and let your biology work with you instead of against you.